Hello everybody, welcome to Q&A at Thoroughbred Diesel. Adam has made his way into the shot now, so he's not the Wizard of Oz on the other side of the camera. And what's going on at the shop today, Adam? We're watching the SEC baseball tournament. I guess I could ask you the questions, then I'll let you answer. That's fine too.
The owner was bored and was out working on a 1980s Poland chainsaw.
I got to get out there and see that.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. I'm going to try to pull the feed up so we can answer some questions here.
SEC baseball tournament's been on. We've been doing a bunch of install videos trying to get caught up for TS next week. Next week we will be at TS. At the time, I don't know. I don't guess we'll probably get to do Q&A next week because we'll probably be on our way to Bowling Green.
We might try to do some sort of live feed in the road. That hasn't ever worked when we've tried it in the past because it just isn't a good enough connection, I guess.
But yeah, TS next week. Working on the pulling truck.
Got a really cool video on the page that we put up today that you and Kyle did when Kyle was in.
Yes, and Flow Pro shared that. That was a good one. So.
Yeah, that's a good video. That's a good one to watch.
Cool. Got an install video we did this week on a BD track bar for the new model Ford trucks 05 to 15. So if you have a track bar issue that you're dealing with on a Ford, that will be the ticket for you. Last week we did a governor.
Rotate the mic towards me just a little bit. No, I'll twist it. There we go. Yeah, I think that might fix this. Go ahead.
Governor pressure solenoid upgrade that we did from ATS. So yeah, there we go. Questions? Okay, questions?
Yeah, we do.
Sweet. We're going to try to do call-in today, 859-355-9002 if you decide you want to call in. I'll turn the phone on here in just a minute. We'll give it about 10 minutes, and then we'll turn the phone on.
So. We haven't had a call in a while. Of course, part of that is I think we've had so many questions, we haven't had the phone even turned on. So, all right, first question from Billy. I have an 08 LML with Corey Willis tunes and a 5-inch exhaust. What's some trans upgrades I should look at doing?
You can do a couple of different things. Most all the major manufacturers now are offering upgraded kits, rebuild kits, which will be transmission and box. You'll get all your gaskets, your steels, your clutches, everything you need, all your valve body upgrades, and then torque converter upgrade, and you're ready to go. And then just find a competent builder in your area to do the build for you, and really you're in pretty good shape. We offer complete transmissions, which is a drop-in way to go. If you just don't have time to be down and your truck is running fine, you just want to do a transmission upgrade, we can get you a transmission, send it to you. You can do a swap out on that. That's a little bit more pricier avenue than doing a rebuild kit. You can get your rebuild kit and usually be down. Most builders can do an Allison build in about a day's time. So yeah, don't be scared to just buy a rebuild kit, and definitely take it to a competent transmission shop and have the rebuild done for you. So,
when you're looking at a used truck to buy, what is the procedure? What do you look for? Funny you should ask.
That's awesome. That's actually an awesome question.
We've been going through this too, and it's been a pain.
I'll tell the one thing that I always look for, and people don't realize this, and this is kind of outside of what you're asking, but everybody wants to harp about the Carfax, and the Carfax is great. The Carfax is going to tell you anything that's reported, that has been reported via the insurance company, but a lot of people don't do VIN checks on them. A VIN check, to me, is a critical piece of information when you're buying a vehicle because it gives you the history of the vehicle and how much it's actually been worked on under warranty. So let's say you're buying a Dodge truck. If you buy a Dodge truck, you take that VIN, take it into a Dodge dealership and ask them to run a VIN check on it. It's going to tell you that everything that's been done to the truck under the warranty policy. That's really a good avenue to start. And then of course I always look for any kind of telltale signs of aftermarket parts that have been put on the truck. And the exhaust manifolds, I look for EGT plugs where they've had an EGT probe in it. I look for inside the cab stickers where they may have had a monitor stickers, but that's just things that I look for. I also look for leaks. Common rails, I'll always want to do a balance rate test on the truck. I want to know what the status of the injectors is. If it's a truck that I know that it's a common failure for it to drop an injector and wash a cylinder wall, like an 03 to 07 Dodge, if I get to keep the truck long enough, I'd want to do a compression test on it. So that's might be a little bit more in-depth. Transmission, you just want to look for good firm shifts, no slipping between the gears. You're going to want to take the trucks on long test drives. Don't just take it for a 5-minute test drive and then hand the man over a check. See if he'll let you keep the truck for a day, drive around so you can make an educated decision.
Let's follow up on that. Just remember, I had a guy message the Facebook page and ask us a question about that today, and it's a pretty good one. Had a quick question. It's from Cody. Had a quick question. Looking at buying a 98.5 Ram 2500 with the 53 block, but it has 197,000 miles on it. The previous owner doesn't know if the lift pump or the VP44 have ever been replaced on the truck. His question was, just wondering if I should pass or proceed into looking more. And he said any help or info would be much appreciated.
The 98.5 to 02 truck is a daggone tank, man. You're going to love the truck. The only problem that you're going to have in the 98.5 is that it's the absolute most expensive ECM that you can get in all four of the platforms. The 98.5 has got its own rig as far as the Cummins computer goes. So if you have to replace the ECM, God forbid, it's going to be the most pricey of them all. Other than that, really, that's about all I can tell you on it. Just proceed ahead. Check your lift pump pressure on the truck. You know what? Don't even worry about that. As soon as you buy the truck, put a lift pump on it. You'll thank us later. So, yeah.
If you can't afford a lift pump right out of the gate, then check the lift pump pressure before you buy the truck, because that could put you in a truck down situation.
And don't ever do any performance modifications on those trucks without doing a lift pump upgrade for sure. So, and if you're looking at buying, what's my first step and what should I purchase on it, you want to purchase a lift pump first every time, hands down.
It's another one we've got kind of queued up in the messages today. I thought we'd just knock that out while we're here. This is from Tyler. Tyler is working on a friend's truck. I'll read the question. I meant to send this to you this morning, actually.
Is this email or
no,
Facebook
these are
questions?
Facebook messages. So they're questions that we have, just not on the live feed yet. So
there's ESPN calling. ESPN's telling us that it is time to treat Mike Trout like Barry Bonds. What?
You ready for the question?
I'm ready for the question.
All right, Tyler says, I'm working on a friend's 2011 Ford F350 6.7 liter. We are both currently active duty and have extremely tight budgets.
Thanks for your service.
Truck currently has oil in the valley and covering the bottom side of the turbo. His exhaust has whitish, blackish, brownish smoke when he throttles it up. I suspect the seal within the turbo is bad. It will need replacement. Can you suggest any solution that will save him as much money as possible? Performance enhancement is not intended. OEM is preferred.
There's so many different places that you can have an oil leak from, honestly. It could be an oil drain on the turbo. You will want to watch that closely. If you do have a high side oil leak at the turbocharger, it's going to be something that's going to use quite a bit of oil. If it's burning oil, which it has to be it doesn't necessarily have to be, but it sounds like to me like it's going to be consuming oil. If you're going to go back with stock chargers, a stock OE charger is fine. Garrett is going to be releasing the Scorpion chargers, which we should be taking possession of here within the next couple of weeks, so we should have a drop-in OE Garrett unit for you. I hope to have that project done week after we get back from TS. So if you guys can hold on just a little bit longer, I'll have a brand new Garrett unit for you.
So like fifth, I think, through the 10th of June.
Yeah, something like that. So.
All right, Kyle at Flow Pro says the guy in the red shirt looks like a Prius driver. Thank you, Kyle at Flow Pro.
But he does drive a mall crawler.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. O2 Cummins got fuel in the oil. Wasn't discolored, so I suppose it's fuel. Was about 2 inches over full on the dipstick. Have you seen this before?
Yes.
What's it mean?
It could be a couple of different things. You could have a cracked head. That's probably the direction that I'm going to be leaning for it too. You want to find out what it is. Don't discount it as fuel, automatically. It could be, I guess it probably has to be fuel, but yeah. If it is making coolant or if it's over full, my guess on it's probably going to be a cracked head. I don't think a dislodged feed tube is going to do that to you. I think that you're going to have that back on return side and pressure in your return side, so you can check your tank for your fuel tank for pressure. But you would have noticed that by now. So I'm going with the problem with the head. That's my answer. Final answer.
Have a bone stock LB7 with 215,000 miles on it. It's in mint condition, and I plan to keep it for a long time. I'm looking to get a little more power and economy without hurting the reliability of the truck. I'm interested in a PPE accelerator economy tuner. Have you guys had good luck with those? Thanks in advance from Christopher.
We sell a ton of the PPE economy, and it's a very good tuner. PPE used to be
the thing for
the
Duramax.
yeah, and not really to say it like that. I mean, I know what you were trying to say, but I mean, it still is very good tuning for the Duramaxes if you're wanting can tuning. I do suggest that to be a good tuner for entry level for sure. It's going to read and clear diagnostic codes. It's going to have a few different tunes on it. You're able to do some real time data looking or you're able to look at some real-time data like power or balance rates and whatnot. So, yeah, absolutely. PPE is a very good tuner.
Do you like the economy version? Is it worth getting the economy version, or should you just go ahead and get the accelerator?
A guy like him, it would be I guess they call that the accelerator too, but a guy in his position, if he's not going to do any transmission upgrades, I would say probably go ahead and just stay with the economy version.
Daniel wants to know if there's any way to check injectors with a field test. Doesn't have a platform or anything like that, so I guess...
I need to know more about that, yeah. I need to know more about that because platform-wise, if it's common rail, most common rails you can do a cylinder balance rate test or injector balance rate test. That's a field test that can be done on the fly to tell you yay or nay on the injector. So.
Chris asks, some tuners say that deleting the emission system on the LML engine is a bad idea. What is your opinion of emission systems delete on an LML engine? So, Chris, we'll preface this by assuming that this is an off-road only vehicle.
That being said, if it's an off-road only vehicle, then we would definitely suggest that you do that if you are having problems with your emission system. If it is... If you're going to be smogged, there's really not a whole lot you're going to have to do. You're going to have to reinstall the original OE components, and that is what it is. What it is there. Off road,
does it hurt the engine at all?
No. The truck is going to be more efficient. In fact, it's actually going to be more efficient, and it's going to run cooler, and it's going to be just a cleaner. It's going to be a cleaner motor overall.
I think that's what he was asking. I think I might have left that out, but it says, is it harder on the LML engine?
Yeah, sorry. No.
Okay. 2003 Chevy LB7. Are the CV axles supposed to spin in two-wheel drive?
Wait a minute. Yes. No, because it's not a lock-in, lock-out hub. So no, it is a positive locked-in hub, but it's the stump. The stump ring and pinion is able to spin independently of the CV axles. The CV axles are locked in the bearing all the time. So as the wheel's turning, the CV axle's turning. But you can't grab a CV axle with a tire on the ground and turn it. I think that's right.
Johnny Cleaver wants to know how many dimples are on a golf ball.
Who does?
Johnny Cleaver.
Shit, I don't know. Do you know?
No, I thought you...
I don't know.
I really thought you were just going to take a guess.
No. I think I've heard that, but I don't even want to know.
Dylan wants you to look at your Skype. He keeps messaging over there. Apparently he's the new Chris. Hold for just 1 second, please.
Yes, he's good to go. Adam, take a question.
Okay, you take a question.
I'll be right back.
All right. So, I guess some new news we can talk about while we're on here is we just bought an 05 59 the other day. I don't know if we know the exact direction we're going in with the truck just yet. We bought it for the sales team so that the sales team can build a truck up as a committee. I think they're leaning towards pulling truck right now. That's what they're all used to, is going to truck pulls and stuff like that. So that's probably our next step. Just for you all that were curious, there are 332 dimples on a golf ball. So I think we named it Diana. That's going to be the truck's name. We'll have a whole page on the website that's nothing but that, and we should cover all the pieces of the build as we go along. The transmission we put together, the engine we put together. Probably going to look to be in like a 3.0 class would be my guess. But don't have all of the particulars on that figured out just yet, but that will be coming. I hope to have all of that on the website the week after TS. We'll roll into it after there. And then we'll be able to send out updates, and you all can follow that page and whatnot. So,
Hey, I'm back.
all right. We talked about Diana for a second.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet. Dirty Diana.
Diana.
I gotta turn my Skype off.
Yeah. All right. What was the last question?
You want to turn the telephone on? Let's
Yeah.
turn the telephone on.
Yeah,
Hey, if you guys want to call us, 859-355-9002. Give us a call. Talk to us about whatever you want to.
All right. What can I do to my 99 7.3 to make it have more power? I already have straight pipe exhaust and a tune.
Depending on what tune that you have, if you've already got a tuner on the truck, I like the GTP 38R, the drop-in charger, the ball bearing one. That's a very, very good charger. Nice upgrade. I like that, and that's a little bit different from what I normally tell you because really, if you've got the money to do it, the adrenaline pump as well from Diesel Sight, that's actually going to be my first step. Put an adrenaline pump on it. You're going to get the most out of your tunes that you're getting right now, and then do your turbo upgrade.
There were 332 dimples on the golf ball.
I would have said 1,000. I don't know why, but I just thought, hell, there would have been 1,000.
All right. What size injector should I go with on an 0460 deleted studded exhaust intake done?
I almost feel like I'm giving you all the most awful answer when we talk about this, but it really just depends on what your target horsepower number is where that's all going to play in, and what high pressure oil pump modifications that you're going to do. If you're not going to try to do any high pressure modifications, you're not going to want anything that's going to be more than and I won't even throw out any CC numbers because I'll be honest with you, I'm not as slick on my CC numbers on Huey injectors as I should be, but nothing more than really probably a 50 to 75 horsepower upgrade, because depending on how aggressive that your tuning is, you're probably going to get as much pump stretch out of it as you're going to get on a stock nozzle, stock body. So maybe an upgraded body that's able to recover faster, and then I would say that if you're not going to do any performance modifications to your high pressure oil pump, you probably stay with stock size nozzles and injectors and just keep on tweaking on your tuning.
I don't know if you're going to have an answer for this one or not, but 06 Cummins, slightly modified 48RE. Do you have a tune preference from Bully Dog?
Which one that's not going to thrash your transmission, I think, is what he's asking.
I think he's just wanting, like, what tune do you recommend and put it on?
Tough. You can destroy a stock transmission. We say it all the time. You can destroy a transmission with stock horsepower. So it all depends on your driving style, man. You can drive it in wide open. As long as you drive like you got some sense. Don't hook it to a stump and try to pull it out, or someone else, or get it stuck in a mud bog somewhere and firewall it to 5,000 RPM.
I'll ask it. We'll see if you want to answer this one wrong. Will an H&S Mini Max give you better fuel economy on a 6.7 Cummins?
By design, all tuners are supposed to make the trucks more efficient, so thereby you're supposed to get a little bit better fuel economy. Every truck is different. There's different parasitic losses inside of every different truck. Some automatic transmission trucks have got a lot of internal slippage on the transmission. The transmissions are wore out, so you're not going to get better fuel economy. A lot of trucks got 6-inch lifts on them and 60 daggum-inch tires. So, no, you're probably not going to get any much better fuel economy when you're doing upgrades. But by design, tuners are supposed to make the truck more efficient. Thereby, more efficient is supposed to get you better fuel economy. There are some things that you just can't beat, like dragging an elephant down the road. You're not going to get any better fuel economy from that.
I love how you say stuff like that, like you have a story behind it. Like one time you randomly drug an elephant down the road. Do you guys know anything about the so-called...
Smokey and the Bandit, too.
Austin wants to know, do you guys know anything about the so-called killer dowel pin in a 12-valve motor? Never heard of anything about them. Wanted to hear your input about removing it. This is impressive. Truck has 446,000 miles on it. He's got a follow-up question, too, after you talk about that, but I don't.
So
you need me to get out of the way so you can get in the drawers?
No, I was getting ready to say I thought I had one in here, but I don't have one in here. So the killer dowel pin is one of the alignment dowels for the gear casing on the front of the 12 and the 24 valve motors, for that matter. The 12 valve casing on the 12 valve gear casing, where it slips onto that dowel, that alignment dowel, the dowel actually can work out of the block and work through the casing. And when it does, it can thereby drop onto one of the gears, and it could cause you catastrophic failure. You can find out what the dowel looks like by just taking the front cover off of the gear case, taking everything off, your fan belt, everything, taking the gear case cover off, and checking inside there. Your killer dowel pin will kind of be at the top there. You'll notice that there's a case. If the dowel pin has already started working its way out, you can push the dowel back in. We have a killer dowel pin kit that'll come with a little cover. The cover will hold the killer dowel pin in. There's many different ways that you guys can fab up a way to keep the dowel pin in. No problem. You have to use the dowel pin because the dowel pin is critical for the alignment of the gear casing. If the gear casing is to come out of alignment, you've got a whole other host of problems that can happen, leaks and so on and so forth. So yes, killer dowel pin is a real thing. With the mileage that your truck has got on it, pretty good chance that you're going to need to take that cover off, check what your status of your dowel pin is, and yes, probably take it.
Same truck. Stock turbo. How big could I go with injectors?
A lot of different things to that as well. How much timing are you going to run? Are you going to bump up the timing just a little bit, maybe a 50 to 65, 75 horsepower injector, not much bigger? It gets a lot smokier. You're going to have to tweak on your AFC housing as well. So there's a couple of different things that are going to go into that. I'd like to know what transmission the truck's got in it, and what damage you can do that. But as far as engine wise, the engine and the pump itself can support as big a injector really that you want to put in it. Excuse me, that you can buy from us aftermarket companies. But a nice light injector on the truck and bump the timing up just a little bit, you're not going to have a smoky pig. That's my suggestion to you on a stock turbo.
I'm going to skip around and ask this one because I like it. 04.5 Dodge Cummins keeps having number 4 injector line break. What could be causing it to break, or what could I do to fix it?
Are you using the upgraded line? The upgraded line has got the upgraded clamp in it, and you've got to clamp the line down. If you are not clamping the line down and you're letting the line vibrate, then you're going to continue to have the exact same thing happen over and over and over. We suggest that you use the new line. In fact, while I'm sitting here, I will tell you exactly what the part number is for the new line, the upgraded line. I think it's a 528 number. Hold, please, Adam. Can they have some holding music while they're holding?
Hum, 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 hum.
All right. But no, we've got the lines on the website. We offer them in a full kit of all 6 of your lines if you want to just go ahead and upgrade them.
Is that what we just did the install video on?
We just did an install video on it as well. Fuel components, almost there. Current part number for the number 4 injector fuel line is going to be 528 9447. I thought it was 528 9447. That is the current part number that has got the upgraded clamp on it, or the upgraded line holder. Definitely need to make sure that you change it out to the upgraded one.
Can you comment on the page from the Facebook section? See if you can comment there. We'll put the link to that up in the comments. No. Go to where the video's recorded.
Oh, sorry.
Over, wrong way. Up. Go back up. Right, boom.
Is that it?
Yeah, you can't comment on it, can you?
Can't comment.
All right, we'll figure that out later. We might start coming down with a laptop. That was comedy right there. I'm listening to it in delay right
Stock
now.
parts. The stock parts section, you go to your truck and then fuel components, and that'll take you right to it.
All right, 93.65 turbo, overfilled with oil, now blowing white smoke. Should I rebuild it?
I don't know necessarily that you should rebuild it, but you can walk through, get a compression test on the motor real quick. If you've got a cylinder down, then yes, absolutely rebuild it. That's a hard question to answer, man. I don't know what the status of the motor is. If you had a seal blowout on the pump and it dumped diesel fuel into the crankcase, if you had an injector split a tip, then there's a pretty good chance that it may have ring washed. You're going to need to rebuild at that point, but you're going to want to do a compression test anyway. So.
follow up on the line question. Does have a clamp. It breaks as well. Does not know if it's an upgraded version or not.
Yeah. The 528 part number is the one you want. That is the upgraded number, and you're not going to have any more problems.
Okay, we'll do two more questions.
Two more
I've
questions.
got two good ones here. Got a 06 Cummins. When I put it to the floor, the transmission acts like it doesn't know what gear it wants to be in.
Since we're doing the line off, I'm going to do the line off. D&D. 06 Cummins.
Put it to the floor.
Yeah.
Transmission acts like it doesn't know what gear it wants to be in, and the transmission slips.
Mm-hmm.
Any idea what to do? 48 RE.
You got a couple different things that can go on there. You can do the governor pressure solenoid upgrade. We offer the solenoid kit from ATS. That's going to keep the truck from hunting, but that's not going to solve your line pressure problem. Your line pressure problem could be a couple different things. It could be mechanical. It could be something inside of the pump. It could be something inside of the valve body. It could be quite a few different things. So that's one that you're going to have to take out or have a professional take out there. But as far as the hunt goes, without looking at your truck or having it here or being able to watch on a computer, the upgraded solenoid block from ATS would be my first suggestion.
We just did that video as well. I don't know if that one's live and going yet, though, but that one's coming out if it's not.
That's a good looking mallard.
All right.
Mallard, like it almost looks like he's coming in.
What is wrong with you?
I was just going to say he's staying.
You're messing with us. Anybody
Sorry.
that just had headphones in, you just blew their eardrums
I
out.
apologize. I apologize for that.
We've hit the end of this. All right, last question. Ready? Have a... before we do the last question, let's talk about Memorial Day sales this weekend.
We got some awesome Memorial Day
do
sales
have some
going
big
on.
ones coming on.
Adam's done a good job at that. Actually, he's been working on that the last 2 weeks just as hard as he possibly can. All of the sales will be rolled out tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, at least by 11.
Yeah.
Probably be up earlier than that. It just takes a while for the website to update. So
A lot of our competition has had their sales up all week, but here at Thoroughbred Diesel, we can't afford to do that. So we've taken the best. Adam has got the best deals that he can possibly give you. He's going to shove them into the weekend. Everybody, enjoy your deals. We would really appreciate your business, and as well, please be safe on Memorial Day. Did I go too far? Because we're going to answer another question.
No, you're good. You're good. We take a little bit different philosophy. We try not to just do a blanket 10% sale and then have a giant exclusion list. We try to reach out to some manufacturers and dial in a good discount that will benefit you, and we pass that discount on when we get it.
That's right.
That's not something that we really get to take extra advantage of or anything. So I know there's going to be a good sale on, I know MBRP. I know Sinister is going to be a good one. Those are two big sales that we have coming. I know we've got some good EFI Live discounts. We still have a good DDP sale. I know that one's going to be pretty good, and I think you get a free T-shirt with that one.
Yep.
So
truck pulling season. If you guys are going to think about maybe doing any truck pulls, county fairs are coming. So if you're going to try to be a hero one Saturday night in your hometown, we would definitely suggest that you buy a set of upgraded injectors here from Thoroughbred Diesel. It is greatly going to increase your chance of getting a girlfriend.
all right, last question. I have a 89.73 IDI non-turbo.
God bless you, sir. And thank you for asking any question that you
It did previously have a turbo, so it gets better. Due to that fact, is there any way I could get more power, 185 to 190 horsepower, with the injector pump turned a 3/4 turn? Bigger, higher performance injectors.
Let me talk to you about a company. We do this all the time, and it probably chaps Adam when we do it. I guess sometimes it frustrates me too. But there's sometimes there's companies out there that make a product that we just don't carry here at Thoroughbred Diesel. Contestoga Diesel.
That's your thing.
Okay, all right. Contestoga. This is a really good thing. Actually, just Google 73 IDI Moose Pump. MOOSE Moose Pump. You're going to really like this website. This guy is a 7.3 aficionado. He's an expert on it. They do an upgraded injector. They do an upgraded pump. They do as much that you can possibly do to the IDI trucks that you can go to way past the levels of efficiency. I think he does a super moose pump that's supposed to be able to be capable of packing enough fuel for 500 horsepower or something for the IDS. Some ridiculous ridiculous number. The guy does an excellent job. I apologize that I don't know his name, but anytime you look at any of the circles on IDIs, this is the guy that they're talking about. It's Contestoga or Contoga or something. They're in Wisconsin. It's one of the states that I can't spell. Great deal. Moose pump, check that out. I can have some pump modifications done and injector modifications done as well. Just need to really know what your target horsepower is for the truck. So that would be on an R&R basis. So you would be trucked down for a little while.
We're going to answer one more because this guy needs help and it's an easy fix.
Let's help him.
Recently put an Air Dog 150 with a diesel with a bean sump on a 2000 Cummins. Before was reading fuel pressure fine on its glow shift gauge. Now it's all over the place between 0 to 20 psi fuel pressure. Sometimes it reads 0 constantly. Gauges are wired fine. I'm guessing it's in the filters holding too much sediment and gunk from drilling the sump into the tank. Just want to know if it could be a possibility. Just ordered new filters today.
Are you seeing a change in the pitch of the pump? Do you hear the pump get louder or softer as the pressure variances? We really need to know what in the world's going on there. And then you said that about the filters. Hopefully you're not pushing back through your stock filter. You don't need to. If you have an Air Dog pump with filters, you can go right straight to your injection pump. The filters that are on their Air Dog pump kit are going to catch your dirt anyway, so you're in good shape there. I don't know exactly where you drilled your sump. I don't know when you're seeing your low pressure. If you're seeing your low pressures at a very low level of fuel, say you think it's a quarter of a tank. Again, we talk about this all the time. The 94 to 02 Dodge trucks, the damn fuel level in it does not work. You're never going to get in the truck. It's got a completely accurate one unless it's already been a completely accurate fuel gauge, unless it's already been
what about the
replaced.
Isn't that the truck that if you have gauges on,
yes,
you put an Air Dog or something on, you have to have the snubber because the fuel pressure is so erratic at the beginning that it will damage the gauge.
Need to do the snubber too, and you could be doing, if it's an electronic sending unit on glow shifts, I'm not familiar with them. If it's an electronic sending unit, you could be beating on that electronic sending unit, which could be giving you problems too. Adam's right there. But getting back to what we're talking about with the fuel level, if you're running the truck to a quarter of a tank and then you're getting the slosh that's in the tank, even with being sump, which is a high quality sump, you know nothing wrong with the product there, but you may have an eighth of a tank of fuel at a quarter of a tank of fuel. So you got to understand that you need to figure out everything that's happening to you and try to. I guess you need to figure out what the hell's going on. That's what I'm trying to say.
Is hearing a slightly different pitch in it occasionally.
Yes.
So
if you're hearing a slightly different pitch, then you're getting a cavitation issue. So.
Cool deal.
Yeah.
Caden, if you have more questions, buddy, give us a call.
Absolutely.
866-737-4966.
Yep.
And we'll be happy to get somebody to help you out. We can take that out.
Yeah, we can get you taken care of on that one, man.
I guess that's it, man.
That's it, brother. Yeah, bye, Wade.